Right, hi guys. So, new video this week on how to scale a cleaning company to 5K per month inside of 30 days. Now, when people join the program, they're always worried about like how to hit 5K, 10K, which is really, really good. It's really important that you're setting targets here. 5K comes so easily. Honestly, as I proved in my last video, it can literally be one job, and those jobs will eventually come as well. But initially, we're probably going to be looking at volume, making sure that we're scaling the profit margin correctly, looking at specifically what niche and services that are involved, that we can really target those at the start in order to hit that 5K per month straight away. So, what I've done is a simple step by step guide, a plan and a strategy to hit that 5K with a cleaning company. This is cleaning company specific. Again, it can be applied to different maintenance businesses, things like that, anything that can be used with an outsourcing model. So the first step is, like I said, defining what niche and services you want to include. So you can identify a specific niche. There's specialist cleaning services as well. Like I've said in my umbrella strategy, that I always recommend like 1 to 3 services to really get the ball off the ground. Really get the ball rolling even. But you could be looking at residential office cleaning as your like main services, and then define what specialist services you're going to include as well. These will come into play later as well with upsells and cross sells, things like that. Say, for example, you're doing window cleaning, upsell to a full bedroom clean or full deep clean, something like that as well. So really, really important to firstly define your niche and the services that are involved as well. Okay. And then streamlining your operations is quite important at the start, just making sure that we're managing things correctly. There's a process that you use, when the job comes in, who takes a look at it first? Does the contractor look at it first, or do you look at it first and then decide on the price and then go back to the contractor? Again, a number of ways you can do it that we include and that we discuss in the program at the SCC. So streamlining your processes is the second thing here, and developing standardized cleaning procedures or just standardized procedures in general going to make that quality really, really important for the customer. The customer's going to see that quality result that they're going to get at the end of the job being completed, and the process that you've used from start to finish, which is the whole customer journey. That customer journey is really, really important at the start. It's going to stop any mistakes, going to keep your teams nice and efficient, going to make sure the outsourcing is done correctly as well. Okay, so step 2, streamlining your operations. Step 3, targeted marketing campaigns. Now, I've said initially here that you can focus on hyper local marketing. So you really aim locally to start with, using things like Google LSA. It's going to be perfect to get you off the ground, utilizing social media, local directories. Again, really, really important. And defining what your unique selling proposition is, your unique selling strategies. That's going to come into play with the operation side of stuff as well, and developing your niche. So you can see where these will start to interlock between each other. Again, really, really important. I would aim locally to start with on most occasions, unless you're in a very, very remote area where it's going to be a bit of a struggle. That's when you can say, do you know what, let's target a big city, which I've had with some guys recently where we've pushed them towards targeting in London because there's just so much work there. And they were in a bit of a discrete location. Exceptional service and competitive pricing is something that I've included here as well to start with. That is quite important because you are going to have to be competitive at the start to make sure that you develop your client base. Then you can start to charge more and more because your clients trust you, they see you're doing a good job, so on and so forth. Okay, so targeted marketing campaign, step 3. Step 4 is offering incentives. Now, these can come into play with the upsell and cross-sell as well. Say, for example, someone wants a roof clean and you want to upsell them to get their gutters done as well. You can use that as an incentive instead, because if we take the roof cleaning as an example, you're going to be making those gutters dirty no matter what. That's what happens when you do a roof clean. So you throw in a free gutter clean to attract those customers, giving them an incentive for getting the job done. So it's quite simple stuff with the offering incentives. Think about upsells and cross sells. See if you can actually include them in the original cost. 5 is professional branding. Now, this was a bit of a tough one because sometimes I say don't focus on branding at the start. There is a bit of focus. It's just not heavily intense from the start. With service-based businesses, you just don't need to do that. It's not as if we're designing the next best product for Louis Vuitton here or something like that. So the branding, I've put, should convey trust, reliability, and professionalism. That comes as standard. Make it easy for your potential clients to understand your services, and they can book appointments online if you have an operating system like that, or how they book. Things like that as well is going to come into play slightly with the branding. They're going to get a feel that you're a professional business. So professional branding is important. Don't focus on it massively at the start, but it's definitely one of our key steps because we need to make sure that branding's there, that reliability, that trust that you're going to have with your clients. So number 6, networking and partnerships. Now, networking was massive for me when I was first starting my first cleaning company, CJN. I was on every single directory. I was part of these different cleaning forums, things like that online. I did one that was a local, like a think tank. And that was really good. It got me some good customers off the back of it. So networking, take a look at partnerships as well if you want to. If you want to partner up with someone that just does jet washing and you're looking after the deep cleaning, so on and so forth, it's another good way of networking and developing those partnerships. Okay. So the next is about customer service focus. Now, obviously, that's going to come in play with our operating system as well. Customer focus is really, really, really important because they are going to retain, or you will retain them as a customer, which is what we want. You want to develop feedback. Your first 5 jobs might not be perfect, but you take some feedback from them and you actively work to improve the service that you're offering to them and take on board those customer suggestions. Okay. Next, upselling and cross-selling. So we've touched on this quite a bit because it does come into play a lot. Like I've always said, whenever I went and priced up a school cleaning contract, for example, I wasn't just pricing up the day-to-day cleaning. I was pricing up everything. Everything I looked at. Could I offer a deep clean? Could I offer a hard floor clean? Could I offer a carpet clean, window cleaning, gutter cleaning? The list goes on. During COVID, we were saying if you want fogging done, then here's a cost for the fogging. So, next minute there's an outbreak in a school and they think, hang on a minute, we've got a cost for this. Like, we know what it is to rectify this today. We were doing 24-hour call outs at the time. So they took that on board, got the fogging done, and, the price is there ready to go. So upsells and cross-sells, again, really important here. Now, systematic growth. Now, systematic growth is having a plan for your growth. Simple as that. And you do that with getting on board your first clients, systemizing the operations further, and look at hiring more subcontractors if you want to, if the demand exceeds your capacity. When demand exceeds your capacity, it's very, very clear, it's really good. But you need to make sure you're onboarding new contractors, or if you're taking on staff, you're probably going to need to look at more staff. Otherwise, you suddenly get another influx of work and you can't take it on. And you know that my number one rule is take on everything, especially at the start. It's really, really important. When you get to my point, you can really refine your niche if you want to, and you don't take on as much work as you want to, or depends on, different scenarios, but making sure that we're onboarding when we're really, really busy, really important. Also, marketing when you're at your busiest is also very important. You want to make sure your marketing is done best when you're busy. So bear that one in mind as well. And then finally, for the basic steps, monitor and adjust. So you continuously monitor your progress, monitor your subcontractors, monitor your staff if you're taking on staff, see what systems you can then change and, make better. Simple as that. Anything you can make better is going to develop the business. So adjust your strategies based on what works best for the business. Now, I just made a note here that achieving revenue target of 5k per month is ambitious. It is 100%, but it really, really can be done if you continue aggressive growth and sustainable practices. So developing those operating systems, this is then going to lead for rapid growth off the back of it as well. Because if you can hit 5k, you can do your 10k, your 20k, your 30k, your 40k. It's literally just develop, growth, take more work on, develop, growth, onboard contractors, so on and so forth. Very systematic when it comes to it. Now, the basic steps that I would use to get the business operational is website development. So looking at professional website, showing your services. You can include your pricing if you want to for certain services, not all of them, because we want to be pricing per job, before and after pictures, things like that. Develop them as time goes on. You change your website, you add blogs in, so on and so forth. So website development, number one. Number two, Google My Business. Get really good organic leads off the back of Google My Business alone. It's completely free. Don't have to pay anything. It can be a bit of a pain in the backside getting verified, but it's worth it. Because the business listing optimizes itself. It really is good. So make sure you set up on Google My Business, and then you'll move on to Google LSA. LSA is the local services advertising on Google. It's one of the best solutions to use for inbound leads, automated inbound leads with small budgets. So it's aimed at startup businesses, because we can get lead costs around £3 to £5 a lead, where you can be aiming upwards of £15 per lead when it comes to like pay-per-click and more. If you're in specialist services like myself, I can pay £25 to £50 per lead, but most of those jobs are in excess of £5,000. So it's worth it when you get to that level. So the automated advertising, again, is what I included. So if you are a bit more developed, you may want to look towards a pay-per-click strategy. Just bear in mind that the lead cost is going to be more expensive. So automated advertising is the LSA, pay-per-click. If you want to run Facebook, you all know I hate Facebook ads. But I like YouTube ads. I like LinkedIn ads as well, really good. And obviously pay-per-click. If you want to be, and LSA for the automotive side of stuff. Okay, so then optimizing your website further. So SEO for me is further down the line. We don't really need to be majorly worried about it from the start. Obviously, when you're developing your website, bear in mind SEO, because you can adapt it. You can keep it in from the start, but we can adapt it as things progress. So SEO optimization is something to consider as well. An online booking system, just looking at those operating systems pretty quickly. Simple as, job comes in, booked in on what system, what contractor takes it on. Even if it's not using an actual booking system, you can still develop a booking system yourself. And this is developing a procedure, an operating system. So I'm not necessarily saying that you need to download the next fancy booking system software, but just make sure you have a booking system in place. Okay. Social media presence, developing your pictures, cleaning tips, testimonials. You will get work out of social media 100%. It's impossible not to, because the amount of people on Facebook, Instagram these days. I do recommend using Facebook, simply as there's more users, and it's more interactive as well. So good social media presence. Remember, photos. Everyone loves proof of work. And then email marketing. If you're going to start building out a CRM, people that opt into your emails, or as soon as you take them on as a client, you save all their data, and then we'll develop a CRM with this, and then build out an email marketing campaign. So it's a little bit further down the line, because you will be developing clients, you be onboarding new clients. You can have people in from your social media channels. Have some sort of opt-in for free newsletter on your website, things like that. And that is going to build out your email marketing database, going to build out your CRM, then we can use it for email marketing. So these are the steps to really get yourself online. This is like the online setup framework that I would be utilizing to make sure that we can be fully set up and ready to hit that 5K per month in the first 30 days of operating. Now, if you have ads turned on, there is no reason why you can't hit 5K in your first month. And I'll be baffled if you don't. So as always, guys, I hope this helps. Remember to monitor performance on the type of channels that you're going to be using. Obviously, it's the automated side of stuff. The strategy is based on what best results are coming for you and how you can then develop that further. So as always, I hope this helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you do want to book in a call with me and my team, there'll be a link below this video, and just click the link, book in, and we will see you over the break. Thanks very much for watching. Cheers. Bye.